What's up, everybody? This is Fitty,
What's going on? I'm Izzy.
and this is How We Talk.
That's right.
Would you like to introduce today's guest, or should I?
I'll let you do the honors.
Today's guest is my friend Yvonne Martinez.
Hi there.
We haven't seen each other in a long time.
Too long.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, let's not talk. Let's catch up on the show.
I know you had said something about, I haven't seen you since Thanksgiving. Like, dude, that was the other day.
Oh, yeah, last year Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I feel like if I introduce somebody that you bring on or that you know, I won't do it justice.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or-
I guess that
but-
makes sense.
But yeah, it kind of makes sense. It'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, hey, this stranger right here.
Yeah.
Well, to
'Cause-
me.
That's true.
You just met her right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we go way back now.
We go way back now.
Now you guys go back.
Yeah, her mom's 92.
92. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, 92.
And but she's still mobile, like you said, she's moving around.
Yeah.
She's beating you at Target, racing with the carts.
Racing with the carts and
That's cool.
yeah, you know what? I'm fortunate. I'm
Yeah.
blessed to still have her at 92.
Mm-hmm.
She still lets me do little pranks on her.
No.
You know, Halloween, I took her to Target. She let me put, a chicken head on her or a cow head.
That's funny. That's
So
funny.
she lets me do all
Yeah.
that.
She's still everything's still good up here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not slow.
No, I mean she has her off days,
Yeah.
but for the most part she's good.
That's
and
good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I see her almost every day. I help with her.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she lives with my brother, but I help, pretty much on a daily basis, like at least 6 days a week.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
but she's good.
Can you imagine the stories that the lady has?
Things they've seen, things
Yeah,
they've been
92
through.
years, man. Wow.
So
she,
crazy.
Was she always here in the United States, or did she come from Mexico?
She came from Durango, Mexico.
Durango, Mexico.
Yeah.
Damn.
Blonde. She's blonde hair, green eyes, fair skin.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't look like her at all. Black hair, brown eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Took your dad's side? Your
Oh,
dad
big time,
genes? Yeah.
big time. Yeah,
Yeah.
big time. But yeah, she moved out here when she was in her 20s
Oh, wow.
with my dad, and yeah, they got married, and there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I unfortunately don't have my dad anymore, but I'm still blessed to have her, and yeah, some of the funny stories,
Yeah.
I
talking
bet she has a
about,
lot of stories, huh?
oh yeah, she talked about Pancho Villa stealing their cattle when
Wow.
growing up. Yeah.
Is that where that was from, in Durango? Pancho
Yeah,
Villa? The
yeah.
whole... Or was Pancho Villa? I don't know too much Pancho Villa. Did he travel
know.
all of Mexico? Is that
He probably did all
Yeah.
Mexico, but yeah, he stole my
Wow.
grandparents' cattle.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I always trip out on the older people
Yeah.
and the stories that they have, or
Mm-hmm.
just thinking like, what did they see? Like they've seen everything develop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
From
Yeah.
open fields, open lands to skyscrapers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trip. And then it makes me think, what are we gonna see as we get older?
Well, what
You
do we
know.
see now?
Or what are we
that
seeing
we're
now?
gonna
Right.
that we're gonna talk to our grandchildren about, or
Mhm.
great grandchildren, because
Right.
your mom has great grandchildren.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
has. I'm losing track. 4, and a 5th one on its way.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the conversation she can have with her great grandchildren?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
know.
That's
And I
cool.
talk about like how we didn't have cell phones, and
Yeah.
Oh, right.
actually had to leave a message on the answering machine.
Yeah.
All that stuff is fairly new.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Even to us.
Right,
Like it's
right.
it's fairly new, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Oh, yeah. Your mom was that was back in like telegrams, right?
I don't even know how they. I don't even know how they communicated.
Yeah.
Right. It's the
Telegram.
telegrams.
I would assume
the whole
so.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. I
Morse
forgot.
code
Morse
kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it's called something else. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was. Telegram was the code.
Oh yeah.
That was
that's-
code.
that
Or
was-
So,
actually
yeah.
write a letter.
Write a
and
Or,
mail
letter.
it.
yeah. What is a
Yeah.
letter? What is that?
Dang.
No,
So
now it's a
crazy.
text. Yeah, now it's
Now
a
it's
text.
a text.
Oh man, I challenge you to write a letter and mail it to somebody.
Shoot. That's good.
That's a good challenge. Write a letter and mail it to like an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time,
Yeah.
or a relative that you haven't seen or heard of or talked to in a long time. And just mail them a letter.
yeah.
How you doing?
You know what's funny is, okay, back when we were in elementary, right?
Yeah.
They made you do that. Like that was like an
Right, yeah,
assignment
yeah,
at one
mhm.
point or another.
Yeah.
So I to this day remember my best friend at the time. I remember his phone number because you called his house
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and used to write letters to each other. So I remember his address, and I know his parents still live there. So I think I might
There
just
you
do
go.
that, dude. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. And
What a trip.
but it's stuck in your head because it's something that you had to do.
Yeah.
You know, like now, like even cursive, that they don't teach it anymore
Mhm.
in the
No,
schools.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just things that things that are going away because of I would say technology is just taking over. You
Yeah.
know, but that's so wild.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just like an invite. You know, you remember before you
Yeah.
used to get an invitation in the mail,
Yeah.
and very rarely do you ever do. Maybe sometimes if it's a wedding, because there's some nostalgic thing about sending out an invitation for your wedding.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
you know, most girls
Yeah.
are like that, right? But a birthday party or get together, before it was an invite, card one. No, now it's like an evite,
Evite.
or it's not even that. Now it just send you a text message with a picture
yeah.
that they created on their phone.
It's
Yeah.
Mijo's birthday.
Yeah,
today.
so and so's birthday. He's a size 4.
Hope you can come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Text
Yeah.
me if you can make it. RSVP if you can
Yeah.
make it. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was.
It's
BYOB.
different.
The other, what was it, Friday or Saturday? My son I had my phone, and I have 2 phones, and he likes to watch YouTube Kids on the other one, and then he FaceTimed me from the living room. Dad, could you get me this? No, you can come to the room and get it yourself.
Oh my god.
Christ. No, yeah,
No.
right away you gotta stop that right now, because
Yeah.
then they're gonna get used to
Yeah,
it.
give me
and
the
get it.
phone, man. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
That's
Could you
crazy.
bring me
Yeah, my
this?
niece had texted me. I was at class, a fitness class,
Yeah.
and I see my phone buzzing. I'm like, oh my god, like something happened with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so once we had a water break, I ran to call my niece back. Oh, on your way in, can you pick up a charger for me?
Oh.
I'm like, you're kidding me. Pick up a charger for you? I'm in the middle of class and you want me to get you a charger.
Yeah.
I said, I'll call you when I'm done.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay.
That's
I'm like,
funny.
No,
really?
they don't think about that. They don't care. It's everything's like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quick.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I want it right now.
That's what they say, right? Everything is instant gratification.
Yeah. Well, it's
Uh,
like you buy something at Amazon, and you're not gonna wait your standard shipping. Now you want it 2
mhm.
days, or if not, next day or same day delivery.
Yeah.
I want it right now.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what we've gone to. I'm like that too, though, because I'm shopping at Amazon all too, and I'm always looking for. I'll spend an extra $20
To get
so that I can get that $35 threshold and then get the free shipping
Yeah.
for 2 days or same day.
You know what I heard today? I heard, and this tripped me out because I never thought about it, but I heard that our kids growing up, they might just not worry about getting a license
Oh yeah, yeah.
because of Ubers and stuff like
right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Why do you need to get a license? Why do you need to have a car payment? Why do you need a car? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You just, boom, someone pick me up, take me there.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
your car payment
crazy.
money. There's your gas money. There's your insurance money.
Well, even in the car sales right now have dropped. Like for example, like November or October was some of the worst months that the car industry has seen, but it's because of that. Like people are just
Really?
renting or Ubering, or some people just aren't traveling anymore, or they don't have the need to drive anymore.
Yeah.
It's like either public transportation or the Uber, or maybe they're hanging on to their cars a little longer, which is probably not the case
Yeah.
because it's expensive to maintain your car.
Right.
You know?
Man, the technology is so good, but yet so bad.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Because you had said they're not traveling or whatever. Maybe they're not traveling because they could see everything on social media.
Yeah.
Oh, so and so went here. Okay, it looks cool. I'm not gonna want to
Yeah.
go. You know.
I'll tell you who is traveling a lot is Yvonne.
Really?
I noticed you've been going a lot to like I think you were in Cancun recently.
Yeah. I was in Cancun in
Yeah.
June. Was it June? Yeah,
In
June. It was like 12 of us that all went.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, Ruben went,
Right.
our friend Ruben. And yeah, it was fun.
Did you guys stay at in Cancun or La Playa
We
Maya
stayed
Rivera or whatever?
at, oh my gosh, I can't even remember.
I heard it was crazy. Like Cancun was a lot of the narco guys over there like fucking shit up. No. Like, you
I
didn't see any
stayed
of
in the
that?
resort,
Oh, okay.
except for the day we took off to Playa del Carmen and
Yeah.
hung out there for a day.
Playa del Carmen. That's where I heard they're at.
Is that where
Yeah,
they're
like
at?
the Chapos.
Really?
Oh, I might be saying too much. So you got family in Durango. I got family in Sinaloa. Maybe we shouldn't say too much.
That's true. Good point.
I just got done watching Narcos Mexico, so
Did you? Oh, okay.
I haven't watched
but,
it. I
uh,
heard that's good though.
it is good.
But it was nice. I mean, I
It
remember
was
going. It
nice.
was beautiful. Yeah.
But the only thing was like the first 3 days, sunny.
Yeah.
Last 3 days, thunderstorms.
Oh.
But you know that didn't stop us still from doing things.
No, yeah.
There was one day we said forget it. That's why we went to Playa del Carmen.
Yeah.
So we had to get a raincoat, and we hung out there the whole day.
Yeah.
It was like 4
That's
of
cool.
us and hung out. We actually didn't want to go back to the hotel because we were having too much fun.
Yeah.
And then the next day we did activities, ATVing, zip lining,
Oh, nice.
even snorkeling in the rain.
Nice.
I'm like, you know what? No, I'm still going to go and do something.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun. I ended up getting the flu because we were out in the rain
yeah.
and in the thunderstorms and I got cold.
But it was worth it.
But it was worth it.
That's
Even
cool.
having a fever on the flight home, it was worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I think in April I was in New Orleans for the music festival.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So that was fun too.
Yeah.
So anytime someone asks, hey, you want to go somewhere? I just go.
Yeah. YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people still use YOLO?
No,
No?
I think you just
You
You're
just
gonna
brought it back.
you're gonna
I'm
end
gonna bring it back.
you're gonna end 2018 with that.
So what's the new YOLO?
Wasn't it that
No, it's-
living my best life?
Oh yeah, Jamie told us that.
Jamie,
Yeah, that's right.
I
Living my
don't
best life. These dumb acronyms.
Yeah, I
That's
try
it.
not to keep up too much with that stuff. It's
Yeah.
weird.
So how you said you went to New Orleans?
I went to New Orleans.
How was that?
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
I had never been, and it was great. The music, oh my God, just the music alone was
Yeah.
just amazing. We went to a couple cool places, and it was the
Is that
best music.
is that where they
Street?
have
Bourbon Street.
Bourbon
the
Street?
French
Yeah.
Quarter?
The French
Yeah.
Quarter.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go.
Oh,
Let's go.
you got to go.
I think I might want to go with my wife though.
Oh, okay. 2019, I'm gonna travel a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should, man. We need to get out there.
Mhm.
We're stuck over here at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
We work all this time and make all this money, or some of us make a little bit of money, but we're not taking it with us.
That's true.
We got to spend it.
That's true.
And travel is probably the best way. If you like traveling, this way we
If you
just
like
don't like to travel.
Yeah,
That's cool. But if you like traveling, do it, right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Have you been to other countries?
Yes, I've been to. Where have I been? I've been
Other
to,
than Mexico.
Other than Mexico, I have. I've been to Paris.
Oh,
I had a
nice.
friend that was living in Paris at the time, so flew out there
Nice.
and been to Argentina. Loved it. Just the problem is they eat a lot of red meat, and I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So I was
You're
able
not
to.
a fan of red meat
I'm not a fan
at all, or
at all.
just not as much as they are? It's rare.
It's very rare. Like every so often, I'm like, all right,
Chicken and fish?
more fish.
Yeah.
Fish.
More
Okay.
fish. Yeah, more fish.
You're not pescatarian?
No.
Okay.
No, I'll eat a little bit of meat. I try to avoid meat
Yeah.
as much as possible, but if I'm not going to be one of those. Oh, sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to have it. But
Is that just taste or doesn't sit well?
it gives me migraines.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
found that out the hard way.
Wow.
It took many years to figure that out, but
Yeah.
so
You worked it out trial and error?
yeah, I was talking to my rheumatologist and I just told her I can't get rid of these migraines. I had a migraine that lasted a few months
Whoa.
and we kind of
Wow.
figured it out. And she's like, maybe you're eating too much protein.
Yeah.
And so I stopped eating meat for a few months. Headaches went away.
Boom.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now I just try to avoid it.
How do you get your protein now? Just nuts?
Vegan protein powders, like I said, nuts, beans, lentils.
Oh, okay. Lentils are a good source of it.
Yes.
And fiber.
Yeah,
You got lentils?
Yeah.
lentils.
You like lentils?
Oh, hell yeah. I love
Really?
lentils, dude.
Yeah.
Give me a nice
man.
hot soup of lentils.
Mhm.
Oh, that's the best.
Maybe I'm not eating the right ones, or
Sometimes Lily
Mhm.
puts bacon in them, in the lentils.
I've
And
heard that.
yeah, and you get that nice good flavor. And then plus you could, eat some
anything
of it.
with bacon.
Yeah, I guess
really.
so. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, lentils is good, man.
Yeah, you got to try it.
I
The
gotta
right
try
way.
the right one, I guess. That's probably what
Yeah,
it is.
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're not doing it right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing it at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so lentils. Okay, protein.
Yeah, so just a lot of trial and error right now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
trying to figure out what works for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I use oils like lavender and yeah. Oh, I have my own.
Do you have like a set of oils?
I do.
You do. Okay, so I knew this person that had oils, and I didn't know anything about it, but she schooled me on it. And
Well, you gotta school me because
okay, so
the only time I know oils is like for scent. Is that what we're talking about? Like
You can use them for scent, but I use
for
them for different things. Like I use like a eucalyptus and a lavender
yes,
to help with relaxation, help with
yeah,
sleep.
headaches, gas.
really?
It was odd to me because I'm like, oils, really?
Mm-hmm.
But it helped and it worked. So
I've used
me out.
eucalyptus, but like for my nose, because like sometimes I get that sinus built up or whatever, and it clears it up. But that's about it. But yeah, I didn't think of that. So what do you put, like on a humidifier or something like that? Or?
Like the peppermint oil. Like if I have a headache, I'll put it like on my head, on my temples,
just
my
temples.
nose.
Oh,
Yeah, the eucalyptus. Like at night, I'll even put it like on my neck with the lavender.
yeah.
Put it on my hands just to try to breathe that in and just kind of relax me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the first time I'm like, I don't know about this, but I tried it and that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Oil-
You think that works for
oils.
everybody, or just if you believe in it? You think it's like a mental thing?
Ooh. What do they call that?
Placebo.
Placebo effect.
You think that's? I'm
I
not
think
putting
it
you on the
works.
spot.
I
but
think
just,
it works.
I think it works.
Yeah?
My mom's into oils from the little humidifier thing.
Yeah.
You know, it squirts out the little scent or whatever. But
Yeah. No, it must work because I use it for the eucalyptus for my.
does it work?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It clears me up.
So you're a believer
I
then.
guess I'm a believer.
You're a believer in oils. I'm gonna get you some oils for Christmas.
Get me a set of oils, dude. You know,
Become a member.
I need
Have
some
them
for
just shipped
weight
every
loss.
month.
I don't I don't knock it for people that, swear by it. But
Yeah.
a lot of people swear by it. You
Well,
know?
you gotta try that.
My mom's into, actually my parents, they're into coconut oil, for everything.
Okay.
And it
Like
works.
cooking and
Cooking,
everything.
wounds.
Like open wounds?
Yes.
Huh.
And it heals a lot faster, I swear.
Yeah.
Um,
But you have
your-
to get
your
like
hair-
raw coconut oil?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They get it at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've had some for there.
For their hair,
For your hair.
for your hair, for your teeth, teeth whitening, it's called teeth pulling or something like that. Everything, dude.
Huh.
Everything. Their skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CBD oils? What about those? Have you used any CBD oil?
I give it to my dog,
Do you really?
Really?
my German Shepherd,
What do you give it
Wait,
to him
how?
orally. He actually
Do
opens
the
his
drops
mouth
and he takes it?
for? What does he use it for?
because he's going to be 12.
Oh,
and he's got
joints?
Oh, boy.
arthritis.
The
Mhm.
joints.
He's an old boy.
Yeah, my old man, I call him.
You need some CBD oil.
I do.
You know what? I'm not kidding.
I've heard wonder stories.
Nothing but good things
Yeah.
about it.
Kids with autism are doing it, and then it's clearing them and it's helping them out.
Mm-hmm.
I hear good things about that.
I think there's a stigma because it's tied into,
Yeah.
it's
But it's
cannabis or whatever.
non-hallucinating, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't mind trying it for my diabetes and stuff like that because I've read up on it and I've heard nothing but good stories about it.
I've done CBD oil roll-ons like for my knee, like for joints,
Yeah.
and that worked.
Yeah.
But maybe oral is probably the best way to take it, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
I had this neighbor who had their old grandma living with them, and she would grow weed plants
Mm-hmm.
and then boil them, made whatever she made for her joints.
Yeah.
And she would rub it on her joints. And this lady, she recently passed away, but she was older and she was, just everyday walking and
Yeah.
everything. Crazy.
I think we've all grown up with that Tia or that grandma that had that bottle, right? That special bottle that
Yeah.
you
The
can't
green
touch.
bottle.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't touch it, but
Yeah.
they just call it para las riumas, you know?
Yeah, stay away from that.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
touch that. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember seeing that bottle.
With that leaf or the plants in there, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
What is this?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, all right, okay.
Yeah,
Mom said don't touch it. All right,
yeah.
don't touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we turned into teenagers and then
You drink
started
it? You drink it?
No,
You did, huh?
we started taking her plants.
Oh,
You started taking the plants and draining them out and putting them on the lamp. And,
Trying to think we were
Excuse me.
cool or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
CBD oil.
Yeah.
I hear nothing but great things about it.
yeah, we got to look into it more.
Yeah.
Bring a CBD oil expert.
Those are the oils I wouldn't mind trying.
Yeah.
My dog likes it.
Yeah. Maybe he can come in and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He.
Maybe he can come in and talk.
So
How many
Yeah.
dogs do you have now? Wait,
I
sorry.
have 2. I have a 12-year-old
You had-
German Shepherd.
You had 3?
Ooh,
I
German
had
Shepherd.
I had another Shepherd that passed away
Oh,
2
okay.
years ago, and then
You didn't
I
give him
got,
CBD oil.
he
Or
died
was he older?
suddenly. No,
Oh, yeah?
he died suddenly. He was beautiful dog. He was a German Shepherd Lab and Akita,
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
and he was beautiful, rescue,
Protective.
very protective
Yeah.
of me.
big.
Yeah, he was about 85 pounds.
Whoa.
He was a big boy. I used to take him running all the time. He was a good dog.
Yeah.
And then he was all of a sudden just not feeling well. And I took him to the vet, and the vet's like, well, he's 9. He's getting older. And I'm like, no, something else is not right.
Yeah.
And he passed away in his sleep 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Did you ever find out? It's just
And I never found.
Yeah.
I said, well, I find out.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? It's not going to bring him back.
Yeah.
But he was. Yeah.
Was he older?
He was only 9. I
Oh, yeah.
had him since he was 4 months.
Wow.
And yeah.
And the 12-year-old?
Yeah. And Diego, I've had him since he was 5 months old.
Yeah.
that's why I don't want to get a dog.
You get attached.
You do.
Yeah. And now I have another dog who I've had her since
The
she
little
was 3 months. No, she's actually smallest dog I've ever had. She's about 60 pounds.
Oh.
And she's a mix of boxer, retriever, and Australian Shepherd. Real feisty.
Yeah, yeah.
Real feisty.
That's when you told me that it was a Mandona, right?
Oh, my goodness.
A what?
Mandona, the boss.
Yeah.
She's a boss.
Oh. is
Yeah,
that what
she
that
runs the
means?
household. Yeah,
Yeah.
she runs the household and bullies. Diego.
Yeah.
She bullied him. She was only 20 pounds, and she was bullying a 110-pound dog, and he would just cry. And I'm like, oh my god. Now they're good.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they're good, but she's still
Yeah.
the boss.
That's why I don't want to get a dog. You're gonna cry when Chooch goes, man.
No.
Yeah.
No, he won't. He's
I
not
remember-
going anywhere. That dog's just not going to die.
I remember one time. Remember our dog that we
Yeah.
had, Belle, the little Chihuahua.
Yeah.
I remember when our dog died. We had it since I was a puppy, and for a year, I think 12 years, 13 years or something. My mom called, and I swear I thought my grandpa or grandma died. She's like, "Are you sitting down?" You know, Belle died. What? Ah, yeah, it hurt like it was a
No,
relative.
there's some dog owners that get really attached to the dogs. I'm not one of those. But
You
but,
say that
but
now.
I'm not. I probably never will be. But or maybe, who knows? Never say never, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen that, and it's real, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's for real. I've seen people break down.
Do you
Crying.
replace it,
Do you what? Replace what?
the dog, after the dog goes?
You you're
Are
asking
you-
me or
yeah.
me? No, I don't care. Maybe
No.
just because I always get a dog in the house. But to me, I see dog lovers are gonna hate me for this. Okay, a dog is a dog. To me, it's like you throw his ass in the backyard, give him some food and water every once in a while, let him protect the house and roam around, and that's it. That's me though.
That's
It's
you.
just,
Yeah.
that's how I grew
Yeah.
up. If like a dog, to me, it's like no, you respect me. This is my house.
Yeah.
Like if he's barking, it's like shut up.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
You're the
maybe he
alpha
wants
male.
attention, but it's like yeah. So they're afraid of me. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's just me, man. I grew up like that. My dad was like that with my dogs. So I never
Just
knew
protectors.
to have your dog as your family. I just never. That wasn't raised like that.
Your cuddle buddy.
Yeah, but I don't knock it,
You have
man.
cuddle buddies, huh?
No, they're too big.
Are they too big?
They knock me over.
I see some people that with huge dogs, and it's like, wow,
Yeah,
you're really close
Well-
with your dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like my, Jamie's dog.
What is he?
They-
Oh,
they
yeah.
have a Rhodesian Ridgeback. You know that dog?
I don't know
Wow.
what kind of
A
dog.
Sounds
Rhode-
expensive.
It's a pricey dog, but Rhodesian Ridgeback is the nickname of that dog. It's like a lion hunter. It's an
Oh.
African dog, huge dog, 100 and some pounds probably.
Is that the one that has those the line down the back? And
It's got so all the hair goes this way except for the ridge goes this way.
yeah.
So
Oh,
that's why
wow.
they call it the Ridgeback. But that dog is just strong. His bark is loud. His bite never felt it, so I don't know if it's vicious. But he's a big scary dog. But
Huh.
loving dog, dude.
Yeah.
Loving dog. He loves Vincent. They fall asleep together all the time.
Really?
And they go on the couch after all day running around. They just knock out on the couch and they just fall asleep together.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's why I know that, for people that love dogs, like,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's just not me.
Yeah. Well, Luna, she sees my mom, and I tell her, "Do not jump on Grandma,"
Yeah.
and she knows. Like she'll jump on anybody, but my mom.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
she knows.
Oh, that's good.
And I'll be like, "Okay, take care of Grandma. I got stuff to do," and she'll stay right next to my mom. while I'm doing, chores or whatever. And yeah, she's good, but you'll see her slowly kind of creep up and try to get on her. And then I hear, Mija, and I'm like, oh, Luna, get off of grandma. And she looks at me and she runs off.
Yeah.
But she's really good with my mom.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And she's part of the family.
Yeah.
My mom thinks of her as, how's my grandkids?
Oh, yeah.
I go, your grandkids are great. But they become part of your family.
Yeah.
As much as you don't want them to, they are.
Yeah.
And my dogs are all known in the neighborhood. Everybody knows them because I take them out all the time. So yeah, they're
Huge responsibility.
yeah.
Was Chooch ever an inside dog?
No,
never.
never. Never inside dog. Are your dogs inside dogs? They are, right? No?
They're outside.
They're outside dogs.
But sometimes if my mom's over, I'm like, all right, go say hi to grandma. And they run in and play with her for a little bit. And I'm like, all right, go outside.
Yeah.
And they go back out.
Did you take them to obedience school, or does that all you?
I took Luna. She did okay. She didn't pass her social skills.
Oh.
She passed everything but her social skills.
Yeah.
She wanted to go after a pit bull. Yeah.
To play or to?
No, to like kill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I felt like one of those parents like taking their kids to school.
All embarrassed.
And yes, like, oh, that parent. That's how I felt. It was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's her mom right there.
That's
Like,
right.
oh, exactly. They're like, oh no. But now she's gotten better, and now that she's 2, so she's a lot better and a little bit more grown up. But it was embarrassing in the beginning. So the obedience school didn't work too well with her because they had to keep muzzling her because she wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
She would be barking and barking and barking, and they had to keep muzzling her. And it was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And they're like, maybe you should bring her back. And I'm thinking, I am not bringing her back. I finished, the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I said, no, we're not going for extensive training because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But
And for Diego, it worked out good. Sorry.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Diego.
my other one,
Yeah.
he actually didn't go. He's actually really a chill dog for being a German Shepherd. He looks scary.
Yeah.
No, he'll lick you to death.
Yeah.
That's the worst he'll do.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. So the one dog that took the CBD oil, did you notice a difference in like the way he was walking or anything? Or?
His hind leg is still kind of off, but he seems a little peppier.
How long has he been on it?
He hasn't been on it long. It's been maybe about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's still kind of taking effect.
Was that something that you just decided to do, or it was a suggestion?
Well, my niece was actually doing it for her dog that's going blind, and I said, "Oh, you know what? Let me get in on that."
Yeah.
And so she ordered some for my dog too, and we just kind of started trying and see. I mean, I know it's not going to go away. He's already old, but I figured just to try to ease some of that pain because I see him. He struggles to get up. And I know this is probably the last year I'll have him.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't like to think about it. My brother tells me, he goes, I'm just waiting for that call from you.
Oh.
All distraught. That's how I was when my other 2 shepherds died.
Yeah.
I called, oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened. And that's what I'm dreading. And I think this coming year is going to be the last year I have him.
Well, here's to piggyback on the question that he asked me. Are you going to replace that dog? Diego?
Well, I didn't even plan on getting Luna.
Oh.
That was Luna picked me.
Oh, yeah? Shelter?
Well, not exactly. I was going to my comadre's house because we were going to go have lunch. It was probably about a month and a half after Nico had passed away. And so I was at her house and she was talking about, that my goddaughter and her friend got a dog. And they keep telling her it's going to be a big dog. You guys are going to be living in an apartment. You need to find a home. We're not going to keep your dog for you.
Yeah.
And my mistake was, where's the dog? They're like, the dog's in the backyard. I'm like, I want to see her. She comes running, jumps in my arms, and licks me. And I look at her face. She's tan and has a white snout.
Yeah.
And right when I saw that snout, I turned to my comadre. I said, I want the dog. She goes, are you kidding me? I said, no. So they text my goddaughter and they're like, your Nina wants the dog. And 2 years later, I still have her. Yeah, so that's what happened. It was not planned. I
That's
didn't want
funny.
another dog. I was so devastated when Nico died.
Yeah.
Even now, it's been 2 years, and I'm still like not over it.
Yeah.
Aw,
And that was
that's tough.
that was my boy.
Yeah.
That was my boy.
Nico.
And that was another one. He picked me.
Oh.
You know, I rescued him. My friend had found Nico when he was walking on the freeway.
Oh wow.
So she opened the door and he jumped in the car. And then she found a home. We were looking for a home and I saw him and that was it. He
Wow.
jumped in my car and we went home.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was my buddy, my boy.
Yeah.
And now this one is my monster, you know, but I can't. I don't know if I'll replace Diego.
Yeah.
It's not really, you know, something that I know I want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on doing it this time.
Yeah.
Like I said, I kind of, my mistake was I want to see her. I shouldn't have, but
Yeah.
it is what it is,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want a dog. Levi wants a dog. My
Yeah.
son,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I want a dog for Christmas. Relax. Calm down right now. Well, we'll see.
They must be in that age. My kid wants a dog too.
Oh no.
Yeah. Another one. I'm like, wait, you already have one.
And he's got a baby brother.
And you got a big brother on the way. Relax.
What do you want, big brother or the
can't
dog?
Be, yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Yeah.
Now, if you got a dog, what kind of dog would it be?
Me?
Both of you.
If I got a dog, German Shepherd. I grew up. I've grown up with German Shepherds my whole life, and this dog right here,
That's
just
fine.
never got along with Chihuahuas. Dude. You know, we've had Chihuahuas with the German Shepherds, but it's always been a German Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and very rarely would we take them out for a walk, but when we go to a park and we take them with us. Yeah, it'd be everywhere and come back to us.
Yeah.
Obedient dogs.
Yeah. I want a little French bulldog
Oh,
or a little American bulldog, a little fat little Tink.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably name him Tink.
A lot of maintenance on those dogs.
I heard. That's probably
Yeah.
why I'm not jumping on it. But
Yeah.
I heard that they're very high maintenance.
You got to put the cream on the wrinkles.
Yeah,
and
all
you got to
that.
check all these a lot. The breathing. You got to get some
Yeah.
eucalyptus oil probably just. Then they're gonna have the same problem I do.
They're all nasally.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's what I heard. So I probably won't.
like pigs. You can have a little
Yeah,
pig in
yeah,
your
yeah.
house.
Little pig.
Yeah, they're loud.
Yeah,
They're loud. A lot of slobber too.
yeah,
Oh, never mind.
yeah.
German Shepherd. Or a boxer. I really like boxers. I really like boxers.
Yeah.
I just like the way they look. I like the way they stand. I like
Yeah.
a Doberman.
Mm-hmm.
How they sit. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Good dogs.
Yeah.
How they sit
Yeah, they sit just like real.
like guard
Just
dogs, like a
real-
guard, like
yeah,
just
like real
American.
regal looking.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so. You don't
Imagine
see
if you have
Dobermans
two
so
of
much
them.
around anymore.
Yeah, no,
I
you don't.
haven't seen one in a
I
long
wonder
time.
why.
Mm.
That's weird.
I see a lot of
Pictures.
German Shepherds though.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
German Shepherds.
Yeah.
That's a good breed.
We used to have a husky
Yeah.
growing up.
Oh, those
It's
are
really nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Really nice husky.
Look at us just talking about dogs.
I know. I know it. The
You know-
oil. The oil.
That's
got
where it all
That's
started.
where it all started.
The oil,
With the CBD oil.
Oh, it's my fault. Did I bring that up? I did bring that up.
That's why you asked me. I said no, but my dog does.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
funny.
right, that's
But
right.
that's how I was telling you, like, when we have conversations, we just talk and just random
Just
stuff.
go
We just
on.
go on and on.
Dog rant.
I know but that's true. You and I will talk about anything and everything.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going and going. You know, one thing that we've never really talked about, and I always wanted to ask you, because I know that you mentioned it, lupus.
Yes.
I went to a Dodger game one time with you, and we're talking about it, I think.
Yeah.
And
At
I've
a
never,
Dodger game.
yeah, I know. Like I said, we talk about whatever.
Just
Yeah.
random conversation.
Yeah. But we did. You did, but I didn't get too much into it again with a Dodger game, and I've never asked you about it. And I kind of know more or less what it is, but in layman's terms, what is it?
Lupus is an autoimmune disorder where your antibodies don't protect you, and instead they attack everything inside. So they go after your brain, your lungs, your heart, your kidneys, your liver, your skin, your joints. I've got diagnosed, it's already been 10 years since I got diagnosed, but I've been in remission for 5 years.
Okay.
So for me, I have systemic lupus, which is the most common lupus, and that affects my joints. And I also have discoid lupus, which affects my skin. I've been very fortunate that it has not attacked any of my major organs. Like I said, it's only in my joints and my skin. And when I found out, it was crazy. They think I've had it all my life because it makes sense, because I was always getting sick. I was always tired. And that's one of the major things, fatigue. And there's nothing you can do about the fatigue. I got made fun of all the time. Like, oh, you need to take a nap? Like, really?
Oh, yeah.
You know, yeah.
This is like in high school, junior high?
Yeah.
All that.
It's like, really? You got to take a nap?
Yeah.
You know, or I show up to my family's, you know, get-togethers. I'm like, oh, you know, I need to go lay down for a little bit. And I would just knock out. Even my nephews would be like, Nina, you're taking another nap? I'm like, I'm tired. But, you know, I never knew. I just figured, okay, well, it is what it is. I'm just always tired. And about 10 years ago, I started having issues with my wrist. And I would always have that off and on. I just figured, oh, carpal tunnel, I'm on a computer all the time, you know.
Mobility issues then?
Yeah. Because it was weird, like my right wrist started to hurt. I go, okay, I'll just put my brace on for a couple of days. It should go away. And it didn't go away. Then it started going into my left wrist. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I knew something was wrong when it started going to my palms. And I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't even move anything. You would hear my wrist snap. Oof. And it was really painful.
And you didn't have any injuries or anything that would
Nothing.
Cause that?
Nothing. Yeah, and then my shoulder started to hurt. Like, oh, maybe I hurt myself at the gym, which would make sense. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go see an orthopedic.
Yeah.
So I went to orthopedic, and I didn't even get to see a doctor. I got to see a PA. And she was really, really nice. She goes, you know what? I'm going to send you to the neurologist and physical therapy. And I felt like the physical therapy was getting worse, not realizing that I had an illness and it was creating flare-ups. Oh. And flare-ups are different for everybody. And so I went to the neurologist, and he says, oh, I think you have tendonitis. Well, just a couple cortisone shots, you'll be fine. Yeah. I was like, oh, finally. Because it was starting to get worse. Yeah. Where I couldn't even sleep. I'd have to grab my shoulder to turn over because it was so painful. Wow. And I just couldn't, I couldn't figure it out. And so when I went back to the orthopedic doctor, she says, well, I want to do blood work, and I want to do an MRI and x-rays. And I'm like, can you just give me a shot? She goes, I can't give you a shot.
So the cortisone was working?
She wouldn't give it to me.
Oh, you never took it?
No, okay. She wouldn't give it to me. She goes, no. In the back of her mind, she had a suspicion. Yeah. But of course, she couldn't tell me.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah. Until she knows for sure and run the test, yeah.
Plus, she's not a doctor. She's a physician's assistant. Right. Yeah. So I get to, you know, I do everything. I do the MRI, I do the blood work. And she had told me, get in a little bit early so I could do the x-rays before I see you. So when I got there, the nurse said, you know what? The doctor actually wants to see you before the x-rays. And I'm like, oh, damn. You know, because she had mentioned, we think you have a tear. And if you have a tear, you're going to need surgery. Yeah. So that was like, oh, damn, I'm going to need surgery. So she, you know, she brings me in. She goes, well, we got your MRI. We thought it was a cyst, but it's not. I'm like, okay. She goes, but reading your blood work, she goes, I'm not saying you have lupus, but it might be something you have. And I'm just floored. Yeah. And then she kept saying, I'm not saying, because she can't say. Right. So I was able to get into my general doctor 2 days later, and he confirmed it. He goes, yeah, you have lupus. The first thing I thought of, death sentence, because nobody knew really what it was. What?
How familiar were you with it?
The only thing I knew about it was my friend's girlfriend passed away from complications of lupus. Wow. So that was my only knowing of this.
That's why you thought death sentence.
Yeah. And I asked him straight out, I go, what's my lifespan? Yeah. He says, you could live a long, normal life as long as you take care of yourself. He's like, I need you to exercise. I go, I already do that. I need you to eat healthy. I go, I already do that. He's like, you need to cut your stress level. And I looked at him like, okay, you know what I do for a living? I'm stressed out on a daily basis. You know, I'm in escrow. It's a stressful.
And then now business. With this news, it just went up here.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's like, well, I need to get you into a rheumatologist and we're going to start you on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. He saw the steroids should start helping with all the inflammation, because I was already in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I mean, I could barely drive. I don't know how I was getting anywhere with driving because I couldn't turn the steering wheel.
Yeah.
What's a rheumatologist?
A rheumatologist is a doctor that treats people with arthritis, treats, with any kind of autoimmune that, affects, your joints.
Yeah.
And I have a great doctor that I absolutely love. She's been such a great person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been seeing her now for 10 years. I won't change my doctor. But I did see a different one in the beginning, and he also confirmed it. He actually confirmed I had lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. So I was kind of hit with two things.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, well, I gotta figure out a plan.
Yeah.
Figure out what I can do. So once they started me on the steroids and they started me on the main lupus medicine, which is Plaquenil, most lupus patients take that.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped. I couldn't exercise anymore. I could barely walk. I couldn't go up and down my stairs without screaming.
Wow.
Because it was so painful. Because by that time, every bone in my body hurt.
Wow.
I couldn't get up from bed without screaming because it was just so painful. And I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to make it down the stairs?
Yeah.
I would grab my cell phone, put it in my pocket in case of anything.
Yeah.
And I would hold on to the railing, just screaming and crying till I got to the bottom of the stairs. And I'm like, okay, now I got to feed the dogs. How am I going to feed the dogs?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got 2 German Shepherds that are obviously suspected something because they were calm and not trying to get on my nerves.
Yeah.
You
We're
know?
trying to jump on you.
Exactly. They actually were like really good.
Yeah.
So they knew something was going on. It even got to the point where I thought I was going to have to sell my house because I couldn't go up and down the stairs. I needed a 1-story house. But I didn't. I ended up keeping it. And within a couple months, the pain got better. The steroids, usually you gain weight from steroids. It actually did the opposite. I ended up losing about 10, 15 pounds within weeks.
Wow.
And it was just really crazy. Like everything was just kind of all happening at one time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, I had no one to talk to until I found out one of my friends had it. She goes, I just never told you.
Mm-hmm.
So thank God for her. And I'm so grateful because I was able to talk to her in the beginning. She's like, don't worry, you're going to be fine. I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody understood. Nobody knew what it was.
Right. Yeah.
And so when I switched doctors, I told her, give me a year. Give me a year and I will go in remission. She goes, okay. She goes, and I go, and I promise you I'm not going to be on medicine for the rest of my life. And she says, okay, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And I started chemotherapy because chemotherapy helps reduce the inflammation. I didn't do well with that. I actually was on it for 6 weeks and I was so sick. And I had to call my doctor on a Sunday and I told her, I'm sorry. I go, I can't do this anymore. She goes, okay. So we stopped the chemo. That's when I started trying to find alternatives.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading everything.
Yeah.
Anything holistic, anything natural. My brother kind of pushed me into juicing, which that took me a while to kind of like, because that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you
And
gotta.
it's nasty.
It's not bad. Actually, if you make them correctly and the right way, I'll have to make you one because they're really not that bad once you kind of get
Do it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just mix it up a little. And yeah, it was just, finally after when I started actually juicing, within 6 months I went into remission.
Yeah.
I got really lucky. And it took 5 years to finally get to that point. But I remember telling her, I go, it took 5 years. She goes, I know it took 5 years. I go, but didn't I tell you? She goes, yeah, you did tell me. So she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And I was off the steroids, so I was off of that. She had me on the main medicine still, but instead of taking it 7 days a week, she reduced it to once a week, which
Yeah.
was like a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually stopped taking it about a year ago when I
Nice.
wasn't supposed to.
Oh, you weren't supposed to.
She said, just take it once a week. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
But are you off it now?
I'm off it now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I went to see her a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she even told me, she goes, so I heard you stopped taking the Plaquenil. And I said, yes. And she goes, why? I go, oh, because I ran out. She goes, you could have called me for a refill.
Yeah.
I said, well, you only had me taking it once a week. What was the point?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot. She goes, okay, all right. So did you come to give me a headache? I said, I did not come to give you a headache, but my blood results won't lie.
Yeah.
And she goes, you're right. Everything was normal.
Yeah.
Not one thing was off. So I asked her, do I have to go back on it? She goes, no. So no medicine at all.
What do you feel you were able to supplement it with, the medicine?
The
Just
juicing.
the juicing?
The juicing.
You're still juicing to this day?
5 years I've been juicing.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like to do it sometimes, I do it.
Yeah.
I just do it in the morning. I do it in the morning, make my juice. I even put protein in there, a vegan protein.
Yeah.
And that's my morning. And I really believe that's what finally got me to this point.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually back to exercising again because I had to stop because I couldn't move.
Yeah.
I couldn't move. So it's it's a crazy journey. It was a crazy journey, but I believe that I have it for a reason, just to help other people.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm so open about it. If somebody asks questions, I don't mind.
Well, for people that, for example, that don't know of it, what are some of the, not side effects, but some of the
Symptoms?
symptoms? Yeah, thank you. So you were saying like fatigue was one of them.
Fatigue
Are there
is
other
the major one.
symptoms?
For everybody, it's different. For me personally, it was joint pain and a lot of fatigue. But for other people, sometimes, like I said, they can have issues with their kidneys. One of my friends had an issue with her platelets because it does affect that also. And through her platelets, they were able to find out that she had it. So it's just kind of different. Like the singer Toni Braxton, she had heart issues, and that's how they found out about her lupus.
Oh, okay.
And Selena Gomez, same thing.
Right.
She found out through, well, I don't know if she found out through her kidneys, but it did affect her kidneys.
Yeah.
And it's different for everyone, very different. One common thing is we can't be in the sun. The sun triggers flares, and flares are different for everybody. For me, with a flare, I feel like my head just feels heavy. And if it gets really bad, I start to lose my eyesight in my left eye. Not to the point where I go black,
Yeah.
but it gets impaired. So that's how I know that I'm not feeling good or something's triggering. Sometimes lights in Target, the UV lights, will trigger a flare.
Wow.
I've had that happen to me more than once.
Yeah.
I'll be in a store and I'm just kind of like, what's going on? And I look up and I'm like, it's the lights.
Yeah.
So everybody's a little different. I've been part of a support group for, maybe like 7-8 years now.
Okay.
And I've met some amazing people through my support group. And I think that's another reason why I've been able to get through it because,
Right.
I'm so fortunate compared to some of the other people that I've met over the years. I have nothing.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I have friends that have heart issues, kidney issues, lung issues. And me, it's like here and there I get a flare. Now, but not in the beginning.
Is it a skin flare that you get, or?
I've gotten a skin flare. It starts off, it's funny. It starts off looking like a little mosquito bite. And then sometimes it just expands. And so it has to be treated with steroids.
Oh.
I knock on wood. I haven't had that happen in a few years. And then I used to get what's called Raynaud's, where the blood circulation kind of stops and I become cold and my fingers start to turn blue.
Wow.
Because I'm so cold.
Jeez.
Yeah, that one, I have not had that in like 8 years.
Yeah. Oh, thank
Like
God.
to keep it that way.
Yeah.
You know, but there's just different things for different people.
And can you do your own shot, your own steroid shot? You do it yourself, or you have to go to?
Actually, I did it through pills.
Oh, pills. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did it through pills, but not on that anymore.
Yeah.
Haven't been on any of that for maybe like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So the steroids stopped it for about 4 years.
That's good.
Plaquenil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I should have been on it, but I decided that I didn't want to be on it anymore.
Well, no, you were able to treat it, right, with
Yeah.
the juicing and help yourself out that way. So you don't have to do
Yeah.
it.
So for the most part, you've been living a normal life
Yeah.
style. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here and there I get sick still, but not, like I said, nothing compared to the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beginning was really, really tough, but
So now it's just learning to live with lupus. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just.
How did you like at the beginning? How did you cope with it? Like, what was your mental state when you were in all that pain?
You know what? Surprisingly, thank goodness I didn't go into depression because most people do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for one of my friends that had it.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for her, I probably would have gotten depressed in the beginning. But she told me right away, I have it. I just never told you. And I went, oh, like, and I even thought about it. I'm like, really? You have that?
Yeah.
Because I would never have thought. Seeing her and knowing her, seeing her all the time, would not have thought. And I'm like, now I have someone to talk to about it. Because nobody else knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I get it. A lot of people don't understand. And I can't, condemn them for that, for not knowing. And
Right.
But yeah, for her, it was a blessing, her being in my life, being able to talk to. And I'm so grateful.
How long did she have it before she told you?
She had already had it for like 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And never said anything.
Yeah.
And I had known her for about a year,
Mm-hmm.
but never suspected anything. Like she hit it well.
Mm-hmm.
She hit it really well. Like if I'm sick, and everybody knows because you see it in my eyes when I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not feeling good. I'm like, no. And I guess because you already know how I'm a chatty patty, I get really quiet.
Yeah.
When I don't feel good, and it's people think, oh, you're mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I just don't feel good.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you're mad. I'm like, really, I'm not, but you're gonna make me mad.
You're
if you
about
keep
to make me mad.
yeah, if you don't stop.
Now I know that obviously you're not gonna wear like a badge that says I have lupus, right? But for your friend like that didn't tell you about it, do you feel like she should have maybe mentioned it to you or something? Is that something that you do? I mean, do you go around? Obviously, you don't. Hey, my name's Yvonne and I have lupus.
Right.
When do you think you're comfortable enough to tell someone that you have lupus, or even if you do at all?
Well, that's actually a hard question because I don't, people that know me, I've had friends where like, oh, she has lupus, and they're like, oh, sorry, was I not supposed to say anything?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just say, well, no, it's okay. I don't have a problem with it because I want people to understand what it is. I want people to get it.
Right.
And I want people to know if I'm not feeling good, I don't want you thinking I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I had a friend, we were hanging out, and because it can just come out of nowhere, he actually said, were you faking being sick? And I looked at him like, are you kidding me? I got bothered by that because he was a good friend. He knew me before I got diagnosed, and he knew me after I got diagnosed. And I was like, really?
Well, that's kind of a jerk move.
Yeah, it was a big jerk move.
Yeah.
It was a big jerk move. And he's like, oh, after he said it, he realized he shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
And I was bugged with him for a while, and I went off.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Like, you really think I would fake being sick? Just because I just felt like it.
Yeah.
Because we were hanging out, and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he never did it again.
Yeah.
Never did it again. One friend said, how'd you catch it? I'm like, you don't catch it. And it's not her fault. She just didn't, didn't know.
We're not informed of it.
Right.
Yeah. We're not, we don't know about it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
Like I said, dum-dums, right? Dum-dums
No.
asking questions, and that's what.
Well, I mean, that's why we had her on also to bring
the
awareness.
awareness.
And me personally, I didn't know,
Yeah.
until today what it was,
Yeah.
but yeah, but that's why we have you on to bring awareness, and just to be able to tell people, it's, if you have questions, just ask, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd
rather someone just ask me instead of just like, I want people to be, knowledgeable about it and understand it, because I didn't even know. Like I said, when I found out, I thought I was going to die. Yeah. I truly thought so. And then the more I read about it, I'm like, okay, it's not so bad. And then with my friend having it, I'm like, oh, if she's got it, then I could totally do this.
Yeah, she's got her shit together.
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
Prior to finding out, were you on regular like doctor visits at all or anything?
Just my normal once a year checkups. I was super active. I used to go running with my dogs. I used to go hiking. I just loved being outside.
Yeah.
And then that came to a complete halt because I was having trouble walking and not being able to lift anything without being in pain. So it was just, it seemed like from one day to the next, it just kind of like stopped. You know, it was just kind of weird. Yeah. Like how something like this can just stop. I'm still can't fathom it.
What are your thoughts on, because you went pretty much cold turkey without the medications, right? You started doing this natural thing.
Oh, I don't recommend people not taking their medicine.
Okay, but why did you?
Well, she had already reduced my medicine. Now, the steroids, you have to be weaned off of that. So that's one thing I didn't just stop. She slowly got me, down from like 10 milligrams to 5 milligrams to 2 milligrams to 1 milligram every other day. So that one,
took a while.
Yeah, that one took a little while because your body will go into shock.
Yeah,
and
it's like meth.
I wouldn't know.
No, I mean, but
neither would I.
But they gotta you don't just get off meth. You gotta like wean yourself off of it.
Yeah,
and take it in small doses.
Yeah,
when you go to those clinics, they start those they hand you pills, right? That's what it is. It's not like it's a little bit of drugs.
Yeah.
To get your fix in, but it's a smaller dose, and a smaller dose, and a smaller dose until you're clean. Right. Otherwise, you get your like you were saying. Sorry, bad example.
No, it's actually a good example, but we just don't know from experience. Right. That's all. Yeah. So. No, that one, she had to wing me off. The main lupus medicine, she had already reduced it from 7 days. She actually reduced that a lot earlier in my diagnosis. She went from 7 days, like 300 milligrams to 200 milligrams. Then had me doing it every other day. And then when I went into remission, she had me doing it once a week just to have a placebo in my body in case I got sick. Well, placebo, nothing. I was like, no. Yeah. But I got kind of scolded. She's like, well, I have you on it for a reason. I'm like, but I don't want to be on it. Yeah. And she's like, I understand that, but so just being stubborn, like I said, I don't recommend people just stop taking their medicine. But what was good about with her, because I would come with all kinds of little, how about this? How about that? Yeah. And she was cool because she said, all right, Yvonne, try it. Don't stop taking your medicine. Minute you have a side effect, stop. I said, okay. Yeah. And
that's cool.
Yeah. So that was, I was real grateful with her and my general doctor. Between the two of them, they're like, just don't stop taking your medicine. I go, I promise. And I did listen. Yeah. But I was just adamant, I am not going to do this for the rest of my life. I refuse. Yeah. And I even came in with some tea. She goes, what kind of witchcraft are you bringing in here?
Stop reading WebMD. You're not the doctor.
Yeah, she was funny. She's great.
That's cool.
So
that's good though.
Yeah. But this past year, I'm like, you know what? If I'm only taking it once a week, what's it going to hurt if I don't take it at all? Yeah. And obviously it didn't hurt. It actually, my blood results were, really good without having to take anything. Yeah. So I was really like super lucky that I had good results. Yeah. Oh, because she would have scolded me. In a heartbeat. Yeah. And even when she read them, she goes, "You are so lucky." And I'm like, "Thank you. Do I have to go back on the medicine?" She goes, "No,
So right now you completely off all medicine?
off all medicine,
Nice, yeah.
all natural,
So it's just good health diet, a good healthy diet,
healthy diet, and just
exercise.
exercise all the time."
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I can do that again. I'm back to a normal routine.
Doing your kickboxing and all that.
Kickboxing
Yeah.
still.
Kickboxing.
Yeah.
Dang.
I have Rudy to thank for that.
Yeah. Yeah, her and Rudy were doing kickboxing,
yeah?
yeah.
Rudy was doing kickboxing.
Yeah, he was, man.
Yeah, well, with Rudy,
They'll
we
both
were,
kick you in the head.
Yeah, we had decided, hey, let's do a kickboxing class. We're like, yeah, let's do it. And my comadre goes to the class in Glendora, and we started going, and he moved. I still kept going, and
That's
doing
cool.
that. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So that's how we got. Rudy's like, yeah, we're gonna do kickboxing. I said, okay, let's do it.
Nice.
Yeah. So
There you go.
I have Rudy to thank for the kickboxing.
Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you, Rudy. I know you can hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think after listening to you, I think the best thing is if someone out there, if they've gone over a week or over 2 weeks and you're just not feeling yourself, go to the doctors, go get checked up, because there might be
Definitely.
something wrong. Go get
Or
some
if you're
blood work.
Hispanic. I think there's this really big stigma with Hispanics. Like they just don't like
Yeah,
going
we
to
don't
the
want to
doctors.
go to doctors. It's true, man. I don't want to go, but yeah, it is. It is. I mean, as we get older, it's like that recovery time's different. You know, it takes a lot
Yeah.
longer now. So yeah, after a week or two, if you're not feeling good, just go to the doctors.
Yeah.
Right? Go get some blood work done. I know
Yeah.
I'm overdue. I need to get some blood work done. And I need to go.
Yeah. I go like every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, no, that's good. And for lupus, it's not something you easily find through the blood work, believe it or
really?
not. A lot of times you have to get checked over and over and over for them to find it.
Wow.
Because if you're not having an actual flare up at that moment, they won't know.
Oh.
For me, I was having a very bad flare up, and she pulled it up on the first try. So in my case, I was really lucky that she found it right away.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, nobody wants to get an illness, but at least they found it early enough, that it didn't affect anything.
Yeah. Like you said, didn't get into your organs or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still get what they call the lupus fog. I'm not blaming it on age because I refuse to say that. So I blame it on the lupus. But there's times I forget.
Yeah.
I had a good customer that he knows my illness. And we were talking. He goes, Yvonne, didn't we have this conversation about what we need to do about a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
I go, we did. He goes, is your lupus acting up? And I said, you know what it is? He goes, okay, we're cool.
He'll let that one slide.
Yeah. He's a client and a friend, so I can't,
Yeah.
He's like, okay, Yvonne, we're good. And I
Yeah.
said, okay. But one of my coworkers was saying the same thing. She goes, you've been a little forgetful lately.
Yeah.
And, but it's been better now.
Yeah.
So I've tried some other natural stuff that's been
Oils.
my oils. Yes, I know where you were going with that.
I was thinking it.
No, just
So you haven't? You think that helps at all?
I believe it does. I have friends.
No. I'm talking about what I was thinking about.
Yes,
Oh, it does. Okay. So you have friends that do it? Mm-hmm. But you had never done it.
I have tried it, and it helped
Orally?
with the pen.
Oh, okay.
I did the pen. Just I had a bad flare up. I was
Wait, just so we're clear, we're talking about marijuana, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that.
We're not talking about meth again. Okay. just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a bad flare up.
Yeah.
Because lights
Uh-huh.
triggered it. And my friend said, here, try it and see if this helps. And it actually calmed it down.
Oh yeah.
It did calm it down. So, and then I have friends with the illness that have done it. Some of them just do the edibles just because it helps with their
Faster.
with their inflammation. And you know what? I have nothing against it. You know, if it's going to help somebody, great.
Yeah.
You know, it's not for everybody.
Right.
But you know what? I tried it. You know what? It helped with my flare up and it felt better. And I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I know people with fibromyalgia because that's super painful. And that helps with their pain.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm for it, not against it. So it was worth a try.
Nice.
You know,
So you do it again if you need to.
if I needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I needed to, I have no issue with it.
Cool.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do
You
for
got to, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
it. What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. This guy. No, that's cool though. I mean, you're taking all those, different methods, and you're trying to do it clean, and you're done. You're doing it clean, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're off all meds.
I know. I'm
Those
so
things,
grateful.
Those things.
That's
Sometimes
key.
like you take all that stuff, but it actually is killing your kidneys and
Yeah.
all those pills.
Yeah, I told her, I go, I didn't want to be on that
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. Even though they're like, yeah, you have to be on it. I'm like, no, that's chemicals.
Yeah.
Did you have bad side effects?
I'm trying to remember. The first time I started taking the Plaquenil, I did. And it felt like I was having anxiety. And
That's the worst.
it was horrible. And I called my doctor. It was right before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, if you're still not feeling good, I want you at urgent care. I said, okay. And within hours, I was in urgent care. And because a lot of people aren't familiar, even nurses or, assistants that aren't familiar with it, they're ready to say, oh, you just have anxiety here. Let me give you some pills. And I'm like, I told her it's not anxiety. They started me on the Plaquenil. Oh, you would have had a side effect sooner than that. No. Here, it's anxiety. Let me write you a prescription. And it was my Plaquenil.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was quick to give me something and get me out
Yeah.
instead of like listening and talking to me and seeing what alternative we can do.
Right.
And I talked to my doctor. She goes, yep, it was the Plaquenil. Let's just reduce your dosage and, and try that and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I, in that sense, I got really lucky. The steroids, I just, I had the opposite. Instead of getting heavier, I got skinnier, and my face got puffier. But that didn't last really too long because I was like, can we reduce it? Can we reduce it? So the inflammation going down, can we do it? So we worked with it. And then I did the chemo, but I only did chemo for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I did have a little bit of hair loss in that 6 weeks, nothing major, but I couldn't keep food down. It was just horrible.
Yeah.
I feel for people that have to do that.
Yeah.
And but I think that was the worst of it. I'm, like I said, I'm really lucky because I do know people that have it way worse than me.
Yeah.
So I count my blessings. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I
think that's a good takeaway from all this is get checked, regularly. Even though you don't want to go to the doctor, get checked. Pay attention to the signs that what your body's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, and do your own research. Read. Don't, like how she tells the doctor, it's not, anxiety,
Yeah.
do your own research and question things, have multiple people,
Yeah.
because that's crazy.
Yeah.
The trip.
Yeah, I've even learned how to read my blood work now, and which
That's
is
good.
good,
Yeah.
and I know where if I'm having pain, my inflammation should be between the numbers 1 and 20. It shouldn't be higher than that. When I got diagnosed, it was 88, which made perfect sense why I was in so much pain and I couldn't lift anything because it's supposed to be between 1 and 20, and it's almost 90.
Yeah.
And she even said, she goes, that's why you're in a lot of pain. Your inflammation's, out of control. But she goes, don't worry, we'll get it down. And like I said, and with all my, witchcraft, she called it,
Would she call you a bushwhack? What is that, bushwhack science?
Oh, she was funny. She was just like, all right, Yvonne, all right, do it. Like, it seemed like every week, like when I have to go in there, she'd be like, okay, now what? I always try to be either her first patient or last patient because I always had a lot to talk about with her.
Yeah.
I would come in with my list of things and things that
That's smart though.
Yeah.
It's for your
that
health,
worked.
right?
Yeah.
Most people, we go in there like, hey, is it good? Yeah, you're good. Yes, let's get out of here. That's it. But no questions, and those things that we should be asking.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But she's like, she would just trip out on me. But she's so sweet, She would sit and listen. She didn't care if I was there an hour she would spend an hour with me
Yeah.
and talk to me. I go, oh, I read about this. I read about that. Oh, look what I brought here. And she's like, oh my God, really? She's like,
funny.
okay. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's something I had to do.
Yeah.
I had to do, and you know, and I had great people, you know, supporting me.
Yeah.
You know, I even had, you know, friends come to a couple of the group meetings,
Yeah.
just to kind of, you know, listen and figure out. And I've gone to the conferences. You know, my friend Jackie's been a big supporter, and she says, "Wow, I've learned a lot." You know, she goes, I want to apologize for making fun of you for I always wanted to take a nap. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. See?
Now let's take a nap.
Yeah, now it's time for the nap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, you know, and
That's cool.
but May is Lupus Awareness Month.
Okay.
So just be aware, you know, just
Yeah.
try to learn more. And then every year at the Rose Bowl, they do a Lupus Walk. And
cool.
it's provided by the Lupus Alliance that does the research, and all money raised goes straight to research.
And that's also in May.
That's also in May.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Rudy went to one of the walks.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Yeah. I always say, come to the walk.
Yeah.
And then go to my house and, you know, hang out and
Have some juice.
have
some juice.
Have some juice.
Well, no, thanks for coming and really talking about this. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
for sure in
definitely.
May, we'll rerun the episode or
Yeah.
do something then. Maybe we'll do the Lupus Walk too.
Yeah, for
I'll let
sure.
you know.
Make some
All right.
I'll let
post
you
all that
know.
stuff
Yep.
about it for sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, thank you again for coming on and talking with us and making not just us aware, but everyone watching.
No, thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Whether you guys have it,
That's it. This is Fitty.
I'm Izzy. See you later, guys.
We're out.